This is Twisted Metal Black. We're here on PlayStation 5 taking a look at this classic PS2-esque experience that has been brought back to the platform. It runs at 1080p, it gives you 60 FPS, and yeah, it's kind of just the original version. It did have trophies added to it, but they haven't really done anything else to really change the game past that. But I mean, it is definitely something that is available, right? You have the campaign, you have these challenge modes, you got an endurance mode, there's multiplayer that's like local you can play, but other than that, it's basically the exact same experience. You get some cinematic segments to kind of showcase what it looks like. But yeah, this is that original experience brought back and rearing and ready to go. And I guess it's kind of cool that this thing is available for you to play. I thought it might be something fun to kind of show off here and kind of present. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, looking at it now, it doesn't necessarily perfectly hold up from a visual standpoint, but it's still got, you know, I think a bit of charm to it that makes it kind of unique, and I think folks probably appreciate that. So this is supposed to be like the story mode or whatnot, so you kind of got to go through the arena to do the story, and you're just kind of fighting away at enemies, that's for sure. And it's kind of, yeah, it's very interesting that this one is this experience has been preserved so that you can play it nowadays. At the same time, it probably would have been cool to have some more intense updates. Like, it's a car kind of battling game, if that's not clear. You're going about, you know, as this car is smashing, destroying things and whatnot in a series of different environments. Yeah, I just thought it might be fun to show off because I believe I had this way, way back on the PS2, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's take a look at this one and show off what it has to offer with this, like, you know, new release. It's basically just ported over. They didn't really do too much to it. It's just nice that it's available. Woo! You get to go through some crazy environments. I gotta say, like, the actual open world, like, type racing, like, I mean, it's not like an open world, but, you know, you get a pretty decent arena of conflict. Like, it looks kind of impressive. Obviously, the draw distance isn't necessarily the best, and there's, you know, quite a bit of pop-in, and it looks like my vehicle is getting smashed. Oh, and there's difficulty options that you can choose from in the main menu if you want to make it a bit easier on yourself. Or maybe your vehicle will explode. Oh, that's pretty funny. Gotta watch out for that in the Twisted Metal world. Oh, there's even like helicopters flying over. You know, I gotta say, that's kind of cool. And then all these, like, danger type things going on. I think that's kind of humorous. There we go. Just trying to do some gnarly damage on these cars. I think it's something you can play a lot of. It's mostly for me just like a bit of a, hey, let's take a look at this, because I know I think folks still quite like the Twisted Metal series, but it's not something we've seen, you know, in a long time at this point. Although I think they're working on like a show and whatnot for it, which is kind of fascinating. But yeah, just kind of going back on that. I guess for some it would be a bit of a nostalgia thing. I do like that there's like a skeleton, like, you see the camera angle there? There's just like a skeleton and whatnot. I find that kind of entertaining. And you're just kind of smashing cars and breaking stuff. Trying not to die as well. Oh, and there's usually intense music, but I turned it off just in case there were any issues. Just out here doing my best, trying to win. Ricochet pickup. Okay. I think with most racing games, it's actually kind of hard to eliminate all your foes and whatnot. At least I'm probably... Well, it's almost like playing it for the first time, basically, at this point. That thing's pretty cool. See if we can go smash up any of these other vehicles. I'm kind of hoping at some point they maybe do some more of these titles, because I don't know if they've done them for a while, like added more to the experience. And just keep in mind that this isn't like a true backwards compatible type thing, it's just making this game, you know, available to be bought and again and whatnot. Ow. I knew I should have went with the Crazy 8 car. Go, 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 go. Oh wow, there's even rain conditions? This is actually kind of like a pretty fancy sort of experience, all things considered, like what they have going on here. It's kind of impressive for the era. And I also don't think car destruction type games have ever gone out of style. I love how your car just kind of blows up and you're just kind of like back in the action after a bit. Like the rain even stops under overpasses. That's actually really impressive to me from like a technical standpoint. It's like, huh. Ow. I don't want to go destroy this vehicle here. Oh, come on, it's got to be feeling some damage. Did it go that way or the other way? The enemy is actually, like, pretty aggressive. Definitely not used to it. Whoa! Crazy overpasses. And I didn't know if it was best to show off a bunch of different levels. I think this kind of presents it fine enough. You get an idea of how it's run and whatnot. Oh, I hurt that guy pretty good. I like how I end up dying in that scenario. Definitely not an all-star killer. Ooh, rough. So I thought we would show off another car in another scenario here so you can see a little bit more of it in action. But yeah, this is the endurance mode, so you're trying to survive as long as possible. I love how you can just hit people and whatnot. Kind of nuts. So you're just trying to survive, which is kind of unique, but I really wanted to show this off. It seems like the loading still takes like a bit of time. I think it's faster than it would have been back in the day, but at the same time it's kind of like, huh, you would think that from this era the game would just basically instantaneously load, but obviously that's not the case. I love how the guy's getting out of his vehicle even beforehand. He's like, oh no, not dealing with this stuff. Yeah, dancing out there on the top. They definitely have some fun with things, that's for sure. Oh, cool. Like, this has really got some neat effects to it and whatnot. For the time, I actually think this is a pretty impressive offering. I mean, it's a little hardcore for me, considering it's been so long, but... Wow. They are vicious. So this is the challenge scenario, which I think is more kind of like a quick play almost. Jeez. I am having some severe issues where I am getting absolutely massacred here. Right off the bat. But I love how games have this really unique sort of style to them from that era, just in terms of how they have to like render the environments and everything like that. I still find it to be quite humorous, but there's still like a certain charm in going around, you know, this type of place and have it actually run fairly, like, it's smooth, right? Like, that's nice, and, you know, it looks good, all things considered. I mean, it definitely could have been cleaned up a little bit further, but... Oh, come on. Already dead. Maybe some intense sliding is going to help me. Oh, definitely not. Need to get some weapons. Ow. Huh, they might be actually too difficult for me to handle on the medium here. It's actually kind of crazy. I want to blow up some of these vehicles. Oh, there my car went. I love how you're just like a smoldering pile of wreckage. Look at that high-res thing. Yeah, I think they could have went a bit sharper on the visuals. I mean, I get that it's just for, like, you know, PS4 type upgrade, but I do wish they would have, you know, taken these experiences a little bit further. Just for longevity's sake. Get back here. I found my car just gets like totaled up in these scenarios. Taste the lightning, which it seems to be, and then not feeling any sort of real ill effects to it. Wow, even some like destruction. That is actually kind of impressive. I continue to be impressed by some of the elements of the world in this one. It feels like they're ahead of their time. Okay, here is the theater level. So this one is a little bit smaller and more chaotic, I guess. I mean, it is literally just like a movie theater area. I guess they were really experimenting. I mean, they're always doing that in games, but I think in this genre, or this era of gaming, they definitely were going a little bit more wild with some of the concepts. I mean, it was the PS2 era. That console had a ton of games that were released for it. Yeah, these guys definitely are a little bit better than I am. It's like a brutal car destruction game. Oh. I love the different vehicles though. It's really cool. Kind of hoping for some more intense kills. Let's see if we can get these power-ups. Maybe finish some folks off. Oh, come on. Just out here trying to make a living out here killing cars. Is that thing not dead yet? Come on. Yeah, I'm just dying on the way to go fight that thing. Unbelievable. Just crazy. And here we go for our final battle, I guess you could say. Got the big truck, and apparently my big truck is getting absolutely smashed out here right off the bat, so that is never a good thing. Oh, now I'm frozen. I love the escape stuff. I was kind of hoping the big truck would be filled with a tough individual that would be getting the job done here. They got such a variety of different like cars and that. It's kind of wild. I could see why this might be a little bit harder to do in the modern era though. Because I feel like you'd really limit your market by having this like more intense, mature shooting driving game. Yeah, my car has definitely seen some better days. We just went right through that building. Cool. And there went my car again. Oh, there's just some people running away on fire. No big deal, happens all the time in this society of whatever. I think I killed that person. I want to feel that I did. Oh, is this going to be a death? I think this counts as a death off into the snowy abyss. That's pretty rough. What a way to die.